Indiana in the Morning. Our visit presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thanks for having me back.
I'm glad that you're here with us this morning because it's an important topic. You know, you get to a certain age and all of a sudden, people realize I'm not as young as I used to be.
Yes.
And there are things that we have to resign ourselves to as we get older that we can't do anymore. I was able to do this with no problem 20 years ago. Why can't I do it now?
Right. And I think we talk about aging in two components, right? The physical component of aging and the psychological component of aging. The physical component of aging is we always are going to wear out. It just happens. That's part of our lives, and we have to either accept it or don't accept it. It's not so much resignation as it is acceptance. The physical component of our aging, we can do a little bit about by taking better care of ourselves. We know that, for instance, the classics, if you stay active 30 minutes a day, it doesn't have to be running a marathon, walking, swimming, doing something that keeps your body in motion, upright, is very, very important for good aging. Because the more sedentary you are, the worse your physical outcomes on a lot of things. We're going to get physical problems as we get older. Take care of them. Visit the physician. Treat things that are treatable. Take care of yourself medically. Get enough sleep. Get enough rest. That's a very important component of the physical component of aging as well. So the physical components of aging are like they are at any age. Get enough sleep. Try to watch your diet. Don't smoke. Don't drink too much. And stay physically active. All those things mediate physical aging, slowing it down, not stopping it. Some people also use cosmetic surgery to take care of their appearance. This, again, is a temporary fix. It helps some people feel better temporarily, but it's a temporary fix. The psychological components of aging, of course, being a psychologist, I'm going to lean that direction, right? The concept of acceptance, of being able to continue to learn and grow and accept where you are. Like, I'm not going to compare myself. Well, I'm still a runner. I still go out and run. There's no way I'm going to run like I was 30 or 40 or 50 or even 60. Now that I'm going to be 70 this year, you have to accept you're slowing down. You're easing up. You have to be a little more careful so you don't break something, but you stay active, you stay challenging. The mental component of challenge is extremely important. We know from the research that people who keep their brain active, whether it's games or whether it's volunteering or whether it's keeping their brain engaged at crossword puzzles, those people do better in terms of slowing the progress of cognitive decline. Those are very, very important things. I, as a psychologist, think there's one thing that's most important. Meaning and purpose. That no matter how old you are, say you're not working anymore, contributing to society, gainful employment and all that, that doesn't mean you're done contributing. That doesn't mean you're done with your meaning and purpose in life. Connection with others, we know, is critical. Loneliness is an epidemic in the United States, particularly among the elderly. Loneliness is a fatal disease because it isolates and pulls us back from human interaction. Human interaction keeps our brains active. It keeps our bodies active as well because we have to get out and do something. So it's the idea being a social connection, keeping involved, volunteering, engaging yourself, using your talents. Maybe you used to do something a long time, but now you can do something different. Learn, challenge yourself. These things contribute to a much more positive kind of curve in aging.
Does the example being set by others who happen to be in your life, does that help you then to reach that point of acceptance that I'm not the guy that I used to be? I can't do the things that I used to do. Seeing others and the way that they have handled that problem has to be helpful.
It is very helpful. When you see people that age well because they remained active, they continue to challenge themselves, they continue to see themselves as having meaning and purpose, that really helps you see, hey, life doesn't end until life ends. You live life fully until your time's up. We don't know when our time is up. It could be any time. So you try to make your quality of life the key, not length of life so much, but quality of life. If you take care of quality of life, length of life tends to take care of itself. That's the most important thing. So the goal here is to be the best 70-year-old you can be. You don't have to be 30, the best 70-year-old. In our culture, by the way, we don't value aging like some other cultures do. Wisdom comes with age. Now, not everybody gets wisdom, but wisdom does come with age. If you're just living long enough and observing the world and seeing people and interacting with people, you learn a lot. And that wisdom needs to be imparted. I'm spending a lot of my time now as a retired psychologist just imparting what's in my brain. I'm not saying it's wisdom, but I feel a need to make sure people learn from what I know. Now, not everybody will, but that's okay. But you have to have a meaning and purpose to continue to feel like it's important that you're playing a role in society, you're playing a role in the world. Connection with family, connection with friends, connection with the community, all critical.
Yesterday on the tennis court, I'm playing tennis with my wife, and I'm looking at the two teenagers on the court beside us. And I'm the entire time with every shot I hit, I'm comparing myself to those two guys over there. I remember when I was them, when I was them, how I was as a player. And I look at myself now and I hit a shot and I say, that's better than they can do.
That's right. That's right.
And then I see them running down a shot that's way out of reach, and they get there, and I say to myself, can't do that anymore.
Can't do that anymore, but that's okay because you're still out there playing tennis with your wife, staying active and continuing to use your skills effectively. My wife and I laugh about it's a major task when we get up off the sofa after setting for a while. You stand up and it's like you're trying to lift the front end of an SUV, right? But you get up, you get moving, you shake it off, and that's what you do. And acceptance means, look, this is the way it is. I can either make the best of it or not. And that's the decision you need to make. And if you make the best of it, you'll start doing things to make things better.
Yeah, I take an inventory with everything that I do physically. Okay, that's okay. I can do that. I can do this. Oop, no, that one hurt. I can't do that.
Can't do that anymore.
Those sorts of things that you have to do, those adjustments that you must make in your life in order to remain active. One of the things that you said that I think is most important is focusing upon others and how you can be of service to them or a help to them, how you can benefit others by your approach and by your basic service.
That's right. I think the most important component of purpose and meaning is when you can see yourself having an impact on others, when you're out there contributing. And it doesn't have to be a fantastic thing. It's just day in and day out contributing to other people, engaging with other people, communicating with other people, sharing with other people, giving some advice. I've lived a long time. It's the way I deal with it. And so that helps you feel like you still have a role in society. And you do. Society may say you don't. Society's wrong. You still do.
Yeah.
Carl Jung said, the great psychologist said once, we wouldn't live to be this old if it wasn't adaptive for some reason in our culture and society. We wouldn't live this long if there wasn't a reason for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to remember.
Finding that purpose.
That's right.
There are people out there that can help you find that purpose because there are people who are floating aimlessly.
That's right.
They say, I know I can do something, I just don't know what it could be.
Well, you look at the opportunities for volunteering in Indiana alone. I mean, the Gazette has a page. You can go to Human Services website for Indiana County. There are hundreds and hundreds of opportunities to contribute for people that aren't maybe doing well, that are isolated, that need somebody to reach out to them through your church. There are a lot of people that need people who want to help. And there's not often a lot of funding to do different things. So the volunteers like us really fill a critical gap in society. This isn't just making busy work. This is a critical part of the mission that still needs to be completed.
So I can't do what I once was able to do. However, I can do something that can really help somebody.
It may actually be more important than you think.
Dr. Ralph May. He's always so smart. He's with us all the time and talking about this topic. It really does help us to inform each other
Right.
About our role within our society. You're right. If you're spending your time all by yourself and you are isolated, and then unfortunately lose a spouse, and that might have been your only connection to others, then you really are setting yourself up to not be the effective person that you want to be and to really have a miserable experience.
Well, and ultimately shortening your lifespan. The research shows that you can even quantify it, that you won't live as long if you're isolated. And so it's a matter of not only quality but quantity of life.
Dr. May, thank you so much for the visit this morning.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me, Todd.
We're going to get you back very soon because school is starting soon.
Yeah, here we go.
Moms and dads are going to be dealing with their children heading off to school. Those kids are going to school. College is starting up. All of these different things are about to kick in. We need to talk about that.
We will.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're just about a minute away from 9 o'clock. Fox News comes your way then. And then Josh Whittison with us from the WCCS newsroom on this Monday morning. We're on the way today to 88 degrees. You running today?
Not in humidity. That's something I've learned.
There you go.
Rural King, America's Farm and Home Store, is coming to Indiana. Don't miss the grand opening, August 15th through the 17th. Nobody beats our prices on the things you count on most, like purified drinking water, 24-pack, only $2.89. Get 2.5 gallons of diesel exhaust fluid for just $6.99. In a gallon of white distilled vinegar for only